CS120 Lab 8, Creating and Editing Presentations in Microsoft PowerPoint. We're going to use a blank presentation for these activities, which I have open at this point. So whenever you open a new presentation, you're going to have a placeholder template here that has two placeholders for text. The top one is a title for your presentation and then a subtitle if you wish to put one. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click within the first the title arrow here. And we're going to title our slide. And we're going to call it Take the Right Steps. And then move to our subtitle. And we'll enter Train for a Marathon. Next, we're going to enter two new slides into our presentation. So I'm going to come up here to the New Slide button, and I'm going to click on it twice. Go to slide number 2 here. Now, once again, we have a title text box, and then below it, we have a standard text box. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enter the information here. So for the title, we're going to put, what is your goal? Your goal. Then move down to the text block and I'll enter the first line, run the second half faster. One thing I want you to notice is that with a normal text box, it'll always start as a bulleted line. When I enter a new line, that line will bullet as well. We'll go here and pause the presentation and enter the information in both slide 1 and slide 2, so you don't have to wait. So now all the information for slide 2 and 3 has been entered. So now I'm going to do a layout change to slide 3. You should notice that on this slide, everything is kind of butted up against the left side of this presentation sheet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to span this a little better across. And I'm going to do that by using a layout that is called To Content. What this does is it will add another text box here to the right of the first text box and make this a little less narrow. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take these bottom 4 bullets. I'm going to cut them, go over to the second text box and paste them. I'm also going to increase the indent for these 2 lines. I can do this by going to the beginning of one line and pressing the Tab key, or I could select a line and go up to our paragraph group on the Home tab and press the Increase List Level button. We're going to next insert some slides from another presentation. So in order to do this, we go up to New Slide and click Reuse Slides, or I could have just clicked the Reuse button within that group. So click Reuse Slides. And over here on the right-hand side, you'll notice it says Reuse Slides. I'm going to click the Browse button. I'm going to go to our data files in the PowerPoint Chapter 1 and choose Marathon Info. Choose Content. So the slides that are in that presentation are shown over here on the right. So in order to insert these, all I have to do is just click once on that slide and it'll show up over here on the left after the slide that we had chosen, which was slide 3. So I'll go ahead and I'll insert those 3 slides for use in our new presentation. Now that I'm done adding these slides in, I'll just close this pane. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move the slides around. Now we do this within this pane on the left, the preview pane. And to do a move, all I have to do is click on a slide and then drag to move it. So we're going to make sure they're in a particular order. So we're going to say we want to do Take the Right Steps as our first slide. What is your goal? Start early to be ready. Get running apparel is our next one. So I'm going to click on that one. I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to set it under what is your goal. Actually under, and then eat energy foods. Click and grab that and move that up once with practice runs on the last or on the end of our presentation. We're going to go ahead and we're going to insert a new slide into our presentation, and I want to place this at the end. So I'll click on slide 6 here, go up to the new slide button, do the drop down next to it, and we'll choose the title only slide. So let's insert a new slide, but only with the placeholder for the title. Go ahead in the title, I'm going to type Look It Up. Then we're going to change the font size to this, so I will select the placeholder itself so the entire thing is highlighted. Now if I undo this, you'll notice it isn't. So there we go, I'll hit it. Click the outside edge so that it is a solid border. I'm going to change this to a 72 font. And we're going to next duplicate this slide. So I'll make sure that slide 7 is selected. I'll press the Control and the D key at the same time. This will create a duplicate slide, in this case slide 8. I'll change the text over here and we're going to say Mark It Down as our title. We'll once again take this slide so I make sure it's selected in our preview area. Press Control D again. There we go. And we're going to change this one to C. U. There. So our last step here is to do some spelling checks. So I'll go to the first slide. I'll click on the Review tab. And then in the proofing group, select Spelling. And then we're going to go ahead and we're just going to fix all the spelling errors. So I'll fix that, that, and that, and that. Spell check is complete. So that ends the first activity. Moving on to activity 1-2, we're going to go ahead and we're going to liven up this presentation a little bit. So I will go ahead and we're going to go to the Design tab. And in here there are a group of themes that we can apply to our presentation. You'll notice if I hover across these, it'll give us a look at what the theme applied would look like to our presentation. So here we'll go ahead and we'll click the More button within the themes, and we're going to choose the theme for, it's called Faucet. Now these are in some kind of order. It's not the best, but Faucet is our first one here, so I'll go ahead and click on that to choose that theme. We're going to next change some colors within our presentation. So to the right of themes, there's this variance group. Go ahead and click the down arrow here, the More button. We'll go to Colors, and we're going to scroll down the list until we find the Aspect color set. Click on that. And we'll do one more change here. We'll go to the Background Styles, and we're going to choose this one here, Style 4, for black for our background. Next, we'll change the font style. So I'll go over here to Variants again, choose the More button, go to Fonts, and I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of this list and choose the Trebuchet MS font. One thing you might notice that the only slides that have the new theme applied to them are slides 4 through 6, and I believe this was due to the fact that these two may have been selected separately from the other slide, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fix this. If I'm going to right click on the slide, actually let me right click on the first slide. I'm going to go to Layout, and I'm actually going to choose the new theme here that we've just created, and that will adjust that slide for us. Go ahead and I'll select this slide, go to Layout. This will be a title and content. Right click on this one. This will be our to content slide, and I'll click on these last three, and I'll right click on it, Layout, and this one I can't change normally, but I'll just change it. Oh, there it is, to title only. So now I've fixed all of the errors and we have the right theme across all of our slides. Now, this next step in the book really doesn't make a lot of sense. It's talking about making some changes to these. And I'm just going to show you what happens when we do make certain changes. So in the case of text, within this text box, it's aligned to the right. I can go to the Home tab and I can click here under Paragraph, and I can align it to the left side of the box, the center of the box, or once again the left side of the box. So that we'll just leave this as is. We'll next make some adjustments to the bullets in our slide. So we're going to go to slide 2, and I'm going to select the second paragraph. So we'll go ahead and we'll select all the text within this box. We're then going to go up to the paragraph group to our bulleted list button. I'll click the drop down arrow next to it and go to bullets and numbering. We're going to change the size of this to 100%, so I'll just select 80 and type 100. We'll change the color to this red accent 2 color. We're going to change the bullet to one that's different than the one shown here. So I'll go to Customize. The font we'll use is the Wingding font. And we'll go ahead and use the black square here. Select OK and OK. And you'll notice this has changed all of the bullets to the new style that we chose. Next, I'm going to select the OR button because we don't want a bullet here, and I'll press the backspace button. And then we will highlight that and make it bold. We're next going to place a footer on our slide. So we'll go on the ribbon to the Insert tab, and then we're going to go over to the text group to the Insert header and footer. So I'll click on that. We're going to choose the slide number item and then the footer. We'll go ahead and type the footer in here. Take the right steps. Train for a marathon. Go back and fix my error. And don't show on the title slide. I'll go ahead and click the Apply button. Okay, so this closes our display box. So now we've added this to this slide only. Go ahead and I'm going to select that and go back to the Home tab, and we'll make that 18 so it's a little bigger. And there we're done with this activity. Okay, we're going to move on to activity 3. And now we're going to do some inserting into our presentation of items other than text. So we're going to start off by going to the Insert tab. We're going to insert a picture, so I'll click on the Pictures button. And we're going to insert from this device. And I'm going to go to where the data files are stored. Go to PowerPoint, Chapter 1. And we're going to click on Runners Group. And then click the Insert button. So that inserts the image directly in the center of our slide. Notice that the Design Ideas pane opens. We're going to go ahead and click on the second one down in this list here, because that one looks pretty good. No, actually, I did this on the wrong slide. Let me go ahead and undo what I've done so far. supposed to do this on the first slide, so let's get an opportunity here to do it again. So insert a picture from this device, runners group, and choose that theme. There it is. It'll be the fourth one down on this list. We'll insert another picture here. We're going to go to slide 6. Once ahead, go to the Insert tab under Pictures from this device, and we're going to choose the runner woman picture and insert that. Now I'm going to select the picture, and I'm going to make some alignment changes to this. Make sure the Picture Format tab is selected, and we're going to go over to the right under the Arrange group, click on the Align button, and we're going to align this to the right, so it'll push it over to the right side of our slide. So we're going to insert another new slide, so just make sure that slide 6 is selected. We'll then go to the the Home tab. We'll go to New Slides. We'll select the Title Only option, and I'll select in here. We're going to type Upcoming Marathons. Made a spelling mistake in here. You can notice this by the underlining. So I'll right-click on it and then choose the correct spelling. We're going to insert another image. So I'll go to the Insert tab, go to Pictures, this device, and we're going to choose the marathon schedule. Click Insert. We're going to make a change to this image to provide some alternative text in the event the picture cannot be displayed. So we'll make sure we're on the Picture Format tab. We're going to go over to the Accessibilities group and click on Alt Text. I'll click on that. So over here on the right-hand side, we have a new pane that's opened, Alt Text. So I'll go to this area here, select all the text, delete it, and then type Marathon Schedule. And click the Close button here. We'll next increase the width of our marathon schedule image. So I'll go up to here, Pictures Format tab, Size Group, Width, and I'll select that text and put 8.5. Press the Enter key. We'll then move this to the center area here. There's no automatic tools for us to do this, so we're just going to have to select this. Make sure the 4-pointed arrow is showing on our mouse cursor. Click the left mouse button and drag, and then let go when you're satisfied. We're going to move on to slide 8 now, and we're going to make some adjustments to this placeholder. We're going to go ahead and we're going to change this so the width of this placeholder just fits that text. So I'll drag that over. If I drag it too much, you'll notice that it moves it to a new line. So I'll go ahead and just a little bit less than that and then let go. We're next going to make some alignment changes for this. So what we need to do is I'm going to need to select out of it, click on this again, and then click on the edge of this. Go back to our Shape Format tab here, and we're going to make some arrangement changes here. So I want to align this to the left side, so it'll push it against the left of the slide. Click the Align again, and we're going to align this to the top. We're now going to move on to slide 9. We're going to make the similar changes to this. I'll align this to the left, but we'll put this one on the bottom instead. And once again on slide 10, move to it, select it, align to the left, and align in the middle. Try that again. Can't get this right. Align middle. We'll next apply a transition to our slides. So we're going to go down to the bottom on the toolbar, and you'll notice these little 4 squares here. This is a slide sorter. Click on that and it'll actually show our slides in a little easier manner to see them all in a preview mode. We'll go to the Transitions tab, and we're going to choose the Wipe option here. Now you could do the More option here, and there's many more different types of transitions. So I'll choose Wipe. I'm going to go to the options for this particular effect, and we're going to choose Wipe from the left, and then I'll click Apply to All. And you'll notice at the bottom in this it shows a little star here. This indicates that there is a transition on this slide. So now we're going to go ahead and make some changes to some of the slides. So we're going to go to slide 2, so I'll select it, and we're going to go choose Zoom on this one. And let's find that in our list. It's under the exciting list here, and of course nothing is in order. Click Zoom, and out, and you'll notice that it gives us a little preview of that. Go to slide 7, and we're going to choose the Doors option. This is under here. Okay, Doors. Horizontal. Slide 8. We're going to do a pan. And that's this one. The options will be from bottom. Slide 9. Pan again. And this will be from top. And slide 10. Pan once more. And this will be from the left. Let's go ahead and test this to make sure everything's working right. So I'm going to press the Control and A button. This will select all the slides in our group. I'll come down to the bottom bar, and I'm going to click on the little slideshow button here. So this should bring this up, and if I press the space bar to move through this, we should be able to see the different transitions as they're applied throughout our presentation. Okay, and then we'll end the presentation mode. I'm going to go ahead and skip the last 2 items in this activity as they are not that important. Okay, this ends the Pause and Practice activities.